Good day to everyone from CashBurner.com. Because that makes me more excited. On today's video, I'll be giving my review of EA Access for 2019. Available on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Yes, unlike my previous review of the service, EA Access is now available on PS4. So I decided that now is as good a time as any to update my review, get something more current, to see if the service is worth your time and money. So let's get to it. So EA Access, for those of you who don't know, is just like Xbox Game Pass, but an EA version of it. So you get to pay for a service, whether it is through a monthly or yearly fee, to give you access to a library of games developed or published by Electronic Arts. Now, scummy business practices that they have aside, I'm just reviewing the service in of itself as a whole to see if it's a good value for you and or other people. So let's get to it now, shall we? So EA Access, again, is a service that gives you access to a bunch of games developed by Electronic Arts, and the good thing is they are downloaded to your console. They are not streamed, so once you have a subscription, you can just load up the app on your console or go to the storefront on either one of either PS4 or Xbox One, download the game and just play it just like any other game. So there's no streaming involved. You don't have to worry about your internet connection to play it. It plays as normal. So what else do you get with EA Access? Well, the main thing for me actually is the early trials. So when EA releases a game, you get to have a trial of it for 10 hours, usually before the game is even out in stores. So like with Madden, for instance, you could get the trial of it before the game released, or the regular version of the game at least, released with retailers. So you could have been playing Madden a few days earlier than some other people. And this 10-hour trial works just like the game itself. There's no limitations. You can earn achievements on it. So for those of or trend trophies. So for those of you on the Xbox platform, if there is a punch card through Microsoft Rewards, for instance, like there's one right now for Madden, you can download the trial, get the achievements, and earn some points. So yay there. Next up, you get a 10% off digital purchases for PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. So this is actually a bit more meaningful now than it was a year ago, because in the wake of the Best Buy GCU program dying, there aren't that many ways to get discounts on games. And if you are a big sports fan, like if you like Madden 20, FIFA 20 and all them, or you're looking forward to some other games like the new Star Wars game that's coming out, you can get a 10% discount on the purchase if you have an EA Access account, which is it could end up paying for the subscription in of itself, depending on what you have. So again, the early trials, Anthem. So Anthem is a trial I installed that I never even really played. FIFA 20 trial is coming soon. Right now, you can get the Madden 20 trial, 10% discount, of course, and the digital purchases thing applies to all games. So if you are a big Apex Legends fan, you can get a discount on Apex coins. Madden Ultimate Team, FIFA Ultimate Team, I don't agree with those practices of putting all them players behind them loot box type mechanics, but hey, I'm just reviewing the service as a whole, and if you ever make those purchases, you'll get 10% off. So it's a good idea if you have EA Access, if you make those purchases. Play the best of EA. Okay, that's debatable. So anyways, what about the games themselves? Well, there's a big difference here between PS4 and Xbox One. With Xbox One, as you know, you have backwards compatibility, meaning that there's older games, like, for example, the original Mass Effect trilogy that you can play that are only available on Xbox One. So for instance, right here, I have a listing of all games. So you see that right there, it has the logo on both of them. I'll get into more details on that in a second. But let's look at this real quick. How much does it cost? $4.99 a month? Or $29.99 per year. I have been doing the yearly membership using gift cards earned by Microsoft Rewards, so I haven't paid for it technically. But $29.99 a year adds up or to $250 a month. And if you're going to be playing any of these trials, like I'm planning on doing for the new Star Wars games, for instance, and eventually I'll give Anthem a try. And if you want to play some of EA's older games, some of them are pretty good. This is definitely a really good value. And if you make any purchases at all, getting 10% off really takes away from this $30. Or even if you're going to just get the month, if you're going to buy any of these games, digitally, you should get EA Access because that gives you 10% off. So if you're gonna buy Madden digitally at $60, 10% off is $6. So that you already get another $2 off technically. So I know it's pennies, but here at Cash Boner, every penny counts, and that's how you can buy more games later. And the good thing is that the EA Access games are available as long as you remember it. There have been no games rotating out of the selection, to my knowledge. So there's, even with Xbox Game Pass, as awesome as the service is, there are games that rotate out every once in a while. But with EA Access, the games stay there forever. Unless, like it says here, outside extreme circumstances, like a title server being shut down, or more than likely them losing copyright or access to a property. So they're always available, which is good. So, but if you end up getting EA Access, for instance, and you download a game like Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, and you start playing it, and your subscription lapses, you can no longer play it, but you can start playing it again if you renew your subscription. So what about the game selection? Well, in this regard, the Xbox One definitely has an edge over PS4 as far as just raw numbers of games available. So, for instance, let's go to PS4 only. So this is, as you can see, mostly newer stuff, like A Way Out. Game here, Battlefront 2. I knew that would show up after the debacle that they had. But you have Need for Speed Payback, Mass Effect Andromeda, Titanfall 2, a fantastic game. If you haven't played Titanfall 2, get on that right now. Battlefield 1, which is decent. Battlefield 5 joined in record time, because I guess it didn't sell that well. And a few others. And see, that is it for PS4. But if you look at Xbox One, it's the same ones. Actually, I stand corrected. It's not just backwards compatibility. For some reason, some games are only available on the Xbox One. Like Burnout Paradise Remastered. Why is that only available on Xbox One? That doesn't make any sense. Unravel 2. Dang. So this is definitely a better value for an Xbox One player. As you see, there's 5 pages of games. Because it goes all the way back to Dragon Age Inquisition. Back here to like some of these older, let's see, here we go. Like Dead Space 3. Yes, I haven't played any of the Dead Space games because I'm a pansy. Yes, like I called out on it before, and now I have a different excuse. I have a backlog. Huge backlog. But all of these other games, like Fight Night Champion, Dragon Age 2, it's not that important. But like Dead Space 2, Mass Effect, the original Mass Effect, Dragon Age Origins. So anyways, is it a good value? Well, I think for an Xbox One player especially, it definitely is, because you have a lot bigger list of games than a PS4 player. Again, I don't know why for PS4 you don't have like Unravel 2. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Burnout Paradise Remastered is right there. I'm a freaking twit. I'm sorry. But for even a PS4 owner, I would say that it's still really good because of the fact that if you do the yearly membership, it's $250 a month. Buying any game is 10% off. So again, if you're a sports fan, that'll pay for itself quickly. Any microtransactions you do or add-ons, also add-ons like season passes and the like. And for me, again, the trials are the main draw of the service for me. Because even though I'm technically, even though I'm not paying for it, let's just say in theory I was paying for it, $250 a month to get the trials. Like if I had actually played Anthem, like I'm gonna play the Star Wars game. I played the Battlefront 2. I did go through that the trial when that came out. I think it's definitely worth the purchase on a yearly basis. More so for Xbox One owners, but it's still a good value for PS4 owners, provided, again, you like the games that are in the selection. And I would definitely recommend, honestly, even though it's going to cost you a little bit more money, I would recommend getting a month subscription, just 1 month. Go through the vault, see the games that are available, play as many as you can, and if you have decided from the month time that you're going through the trial and through the vault, and you found at least a couple of games that you like, then you can spring for the yearly subscription. And that, because then you'll know that you'll be able to get a good value of it. You'll keep going back for other games, and at $250 a month, it's definitely quite a. Even though again, other scummy business practices aside, I think the service in of itself is definitely worth $250 a month or $30 per year. Again, bigger advantage to Xbox One owners, but PS4, you still haven't been left out in the lurch. You still have a good selection of games provided. Again, you're an EA fan or you like the games being provided, or Battlefield fan, and you play them free trials. Alright, so that is it for that. Again, thank you everybody for joining me. If you like what you've been seeing, please make sure you give it a little visit. The like, share, and subscribe button down below. If you have any questions, tips, comments, of course, post them in the comments section. Alright, go out there, play some games, make some money, spend some money, save some money, don't get boned. Get boning.